Davy D. Jones was an ancient king of the One Piece world, the ancestor of Blackbeard and Xebec, and apparently Imu hates him. And I think that Davy Jones might actually be no one other than Nika? Yeah, seriously. And there's tons of evidence if you look deeper into Xebec, Teach, the darkness fruit, and everything Oda's given us. So let me show you what I'm thinking, how so many different things back it up, and what that will eventually mean for Blackbeard and Luffy during the final saga. You might think this is crazy at first. I know I did when it popped into my head, but as I thought about it, I seriously think there's a lot here that will make you rethink everything you know about Blackbeard and his daddy Xebec. So I am asking you, just for today, to kind of toss away all your preconceived notions about who all these ancient One Piece figures were. I know it's easy to let other theories inform your biases, but let's just start fresh. We'll work together to build up this new idea, what hints point towards it, and what it'll mean specifically for the character Blackbeard in the modern day. But I really do think it's worth exploring, since it would change everything in this story if it's true. The first big hint to me is the statement Xebec made while resisting the Domi Reversi in chapter 1164. Xebec proudly states that Davy D. Jones was a former king of the world, something that Imu confirms. And over the course of the God Valley flashback, we've also learned that Xebec is part of his bloodline, which is why he looks like him in Imu's eyes. We also know that IMU has some serious beef with Davy Jones, as Xebec constantly stating his name and just looking like him makes Imu angry. Honestly, it's probably his hockey and vibe that reek of Davy. I heard he smells like moist fungus. But seriously, Imu is giving some serious Dio Brando energy with this hatred of bloodlines. Not gonna lie. First it was Joy Boy, and now Imu's got beef with Davy Jones, who, as this chapter seems to confirm, are two separate people, at least the way Xebec talks about them. But obviously, at first glance, this seems to raise some potential contradictions right out of the gate. How could a true king of the world be Nika, the great liberator? Nika is the sun god and the warrior of liberation who was told to free the slaves from the earth god in the first One Piece world. We learned this in chapter 1138. During the first world in the mural, it seems like the king-like figure has enslaved the people of the super advanced ancient world, and it seems like Nika appeared to defeat this king based on how the Harley text is written. So, how could that king be Davy Jones and also Nika? Well, a big thing is that we know king doesn't always mean of a kingdom. King of the pirates is the person who is most free, but is also called a king. So maybe Davy wasn't the king of a country, but the king in a different, more metaphorical sense. Well, I think the true nature of Xebec's words is meant as a piercing jab to Imu. I don't think that Davy D. Jones was actually the man who ruled the world, but the man who was regarded as the true king of the world. And Imu backs this up by actually acknowledging that Davy was a king for a brief moment, but that it doesn't matter because he's not anymore. Wait, this is like every One Piece arc, actually. Like Dressrosa and Alabasta specifically, that have to do with the true king being replaced by a usurper. So is Davy Jones a Cobra figure while Joy Boy was the one beating up the usurper? That's a pretty sick idea, honestly. And this only compounds more after learning that Davy D. Xebec has a will that Imu is scared of. Xebec just casually speaks about the will of Davy, which might just be what the will of D is, which could mean his name is Davy Jones, or more likely his initial is something